What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about DuckDuckGo, everybody's favorite browser. They are in the news recently. I'm kind of going to give my take on this because it's a little bit of a nothing burger that like people are using as a political talking point. I mean, it's not like a good thing, but and then just like my general thoughts on search engines. So here's the thing. Well, first let's get to it. Okay, so the CEO of DuckDuckGo, his name is Gabriel Weinberg, and he said, like so many others, I am sickened by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the gigantic humanitarian crisis it continues to create. I wonder if he's sickened by Saudi Arabia's slaughter in Yemen. Probably not. And he says, hashtag I stand with Ukraine. At DuckDuckGo, we've been rolling out search updates that downrank sites associated with Russian disinformation, which, like, I honestly, like, this YouTube channel might be Russian disinformation at this point. It's kind of just like anyone who challenges the status quo, right? And I think that kind of, like, gets at the point, right? Like, I saw, like, one of the comments on it was like, wow, like, a lot of people here who want access to Russian disinformation. It's like, no, what people want access to is information that, like, could potentially be viewed as disinformation by certain people. Like, you know, a good example would be like the gas attacks in Syria. Like, I think that was about 3-4 years ago now, right? Like, there were a lot of people who were saying this doesn't make sense. Assad is a rational actor. This is an irrational act. We think this is a false flag. And they were all deemed as like misinformation, disinformation agents. That was all coming from Russia. Well, now it's come out that, like, of course that was true. And of course that was true, right? We could go through like countless examples with COVID as well, right? Obviously, had you said and everyone kind of knows this, but I think it bears repeating. Had you said at the start of COVID, hey, masks work and you should wear them, that would be disinformation. Then, like, halfway through, if you said, hey, masks don't work, right, that would then be the disinformation, right? So things change, right? If you talked about like natural immunity, right, you would be that would again be disinformation, later found to be accurate, right? So I think like everyone understands that, right? It's like, just give us access to the information and we'll do our best to decipher what is accurate and what isn't. Like, nobody's expecting a search engine, like they're not held liable for like the results that they present, right? So there's that. And then but here's the thing, right? Here's why it's like kind of a nothing burger. Because I think a lot of people don't understand like how search engines work. They're like, oh, like they're manipulating search results. Like that's true. There's a sense in which that's true, and there's a sense in which that's nefarious, but it's like search engines like are by definition like manipulated search results, right? It's like they're curated by the company's algorithm, right? It seems like there's some unnecessary tampering, but like there's always a negative human element to search engines, right? Because it's like designed by human intelligence, right? Even if it's not a human every time picking out those articles, right? It's going to have like certain biases, certain preferences that you may like or dislike, right? So it's like it is like it's not the biggest deal in the world, and it is kind of like the nature of the beast, right? Like, you can't have, like, at least to the best of my knowledge, you can't really have like a trustless search engine, right? And so then we get to like the third thing I want to talk about, like Brave search. Should you use Brave search? I do. It's not bad, but like similar to DuckDuckGo, it kind of sucks, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you want like really good results, you should probably go to Google. You could also use Cirx, which I like, but at the same time, like, Cirx is like kind of, you can't make it your default browser. Sorry, you can't make it your default search engine on a browser. It's a bit clunky. It's probably the best option if you want like as many, basically if you want to like aggregate and kind of like, really be able to decipher through like the largest amount of information, but it's also certainly not the most convenient. And at the end of the day, like, they're all very much depend. It all kind of goes back to Google, and like that's such. And I know it's just such the unfortunate thing. It's like, even if like DuckDuckGo, like if we took another example, like race and IQ, right? Like if you were to DuckDuckGo, if you were to cuck search race and IQ, you would find much better information. But the problem is that like the way DuckDuckGo's algorithm works is it's contingent upon Google search results. So there's definitely going to be more information in there that like you don't have access to, but like Google is to a large degree the arbiter of all search results, right? So yeah, it's a pretty unfortunate thing because Google's like probably the most evil company in existence ever, right? I'm just gonna leave it there. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna switch? What browser are you using? Do you not care? Do you think this is a nothing burger? And I'll see you next time.